Abbeville, baby. State Championship 2020. We here. We ain't stopping. Let's go. Yeah, let's get it.
Thank you for tuning in to another broadcast here on West Carolina Television. Tonight's matchup, the Abbeville Panthers are the visitors, Marion at home. I'm Travis New, Bobby Hamby on the mic with me. We got Lewis Coward on the camera and Andrew Kincannon, the boss man, behind us. Thank you for tuning in. It's going to be a fun game here.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Finally getting this state championship game underway, and I'm excited.
Man, 2 weeks of just waiting around. It's a good thing, though. We got to just get stats, talking to different people, pulling stats from here and there. But I'm looking forward to this matchup. We'll kick off here in just a few minutes.
Yep, we're going to get this thing underway and get going here. I'm excited to be here.
That's it.
He's going to take to me for me.
And thank you for tuning in to another broadcast here on West Carolina Television. Tonight's matchup is the state championship. Panthers are the visiting team. The Marion Swamp Foxes are going to be our home team tonight. For the Panthers, captains number 6, Cruz Temple, 12, Thomas Buford, 21, Navi Marshall, and number 68, Demetrius Harris. Who's our visiting captains here, Bobby?
Our visiting captains for the Swamp Foxes tonight is number 1, Qualik Crawford. Number 32, Kahim Bethea. Number 72, Gregory Hopkins. And number 80, T.J. Sanders.
T.J. Sanders committed to Carolina.
He is a Carolina commit. He definitely is. I don't think he signed a letter of intent yet, but he is a Carolina commit. So kind of anxious to see what this young man brings to the field tonight.
Yeah, hey, we talk about TJ, but across from him, number 6, Cruz Temple, committed to East Carolina this past week.
Yeah, you're right, Travis. He did a huge commitment for East Carolina to pick up a young man like Cruz Temple. Cruz Temple, gosh, man, what a beast he's been this year. Just a fast linebacker. And I'm real excited to see him playing in this game tonight here. It's going to be interesting to see how his speed matches up with Marion's big front line.
That's exactly right. Abbeville didn't decide, called the toss, won it, deferred to the second half, so we're getting what we want, ball second half. I got to say, that's, in my opinion, that is the best way to go.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Anytime you can get the ball the second half, you feel like you can come out and let your defense make a statement, stop them, and score and be ahead going into halftime, and then get the ball to start the second half. It's almost like an extra possession, in my opinion.
Exactly. But I tell you what, you talked about Cruz Temple, you got to give some love to our other 2 linebackers too. You got
Luke
Ty
Evans
Cade
and Ty Cade. Boy, I tell you what.
You're talking about a trifecta at the linebacker spot.
Man, I'm going to tell you, we've talked about this game, it seems like forever now. This game was technically supposed to be played 2 weeks ago with all the other state championship games, but unfortunately due to a COVID case down at Marion, this game has been pushed back to 2 weeks and finally getting to be played tonight. But, I'm anxious to see, can Marion stay with the speed of Abbeville? Abbeville has been loaded with speed, for the last 5 to 6 years, and can they compete with that is my question. Another thing, the physicality that Abbeville brings to this football game tonight. They're going to punch you in the mouth, and they're not going to stop.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at it on paper, Bobby, the numbers are just night and day. I mean, Abbeville, just under 400 carries for 3,100 yards. Marion is 259 for 16 plus. I mean, you're looking at double the numbers, but you got to be prepared for anything. One game is all it is. These stats are great.
Yep.
But it comes down to one game, and if the Panthers lose focus of what they're here to do, revenge from last year, it's going to be a tough one for them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, a play or two here and there that, a fumble or a turnover could be the difference in the ball game. Abbeville needs to come out and make a statement in this game early, jump ahead, and keep the foot on the gas the entire game.
Absolutely. We got Mr. Carson Nichols on the tee. Addison Nichols, ready to boot it away. 2 weeks, we finally waited. Here it is.
That's it. 2-way state championship underway.
Squib kick. He's got a small seam, going to get up to the 42-yard line. I believe that was Crawford, number 1. Now you're going to hear that name quite a lot. Qualik Crawford up to the 42. Good start for Marion.
Yeah, he's their workhorse running back. You're going to hear his name and see him a lot as well tonight. He's been the main one that has acquired the majority of their rushing yards, so it's going to be interesting to see how he stacks up against this defensive line for the Panthers.
Absolutely. Their formation looks very similar to Abbeville's. They got some guys on the edges, and they're actually off the line, though. That's a pretty interesting look. Up the middle to 32. That's going to be Kahim Bethea.
And off to number 32, Kahim Bethea.
Nice little hole for him to run through that time.
Demetrius Harris.
Abbeville's linebacker was just a little late getting over to the point of attack, it seemed like.
Yeah.
These teams hadn't played in almost 3 weeks now. You got to get your feet back up under you, it seems like.
I think Marion wasn't able to start practice till Tuesday.
That's right.
Quarterback keeper Kuzak going to get up just past the 50. Going to be knocked down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for Marion.
D. Harris on the tackle for the Panthers, and he come through the line like a wild man that time and made a nice play.
I'll tell you what, man, Harris, he impresses me, the fact that he is in every play. You know what I mean? Like, he has so much energy. He's a run stopper is what he is. And
yeah,
if you
you're
give
right.
him anything, he's going to get the quarterback.
That's right. Big 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Swamp Foxes.
Panthers need to watch the jump. No good. Cruz Temple brings them down.
Boy, we talked about him right before kickoff and how physical he was, and he just showed it right there. Cruz Temple just comes through the line like a beast and makes a nice play for a loss on the play.
Oh, my goodness, man. You know that has to feel good. I mean, it's been 2 years since we've been here. Saluda knocked us out at Upper State last year. Cruz Temple Sr., can you imagine the feelings going through his mind right now missing last year?
I think these Panthers have got a little chip on their shoulders. I know I would if I was on that football field.
I talked to Coach Smith. He said, it's interesting, not a lot of people know, but way less than half the players on Abbeville actually have a ring. So he said this is one of the hungriest teams he's ever seen.
That's right.
Javi Marshall going to let it roll.
Smart play by Navi.
Looks like it's going to be about the 19-yard line, so the Panthers going to start off 19-yard line, their first possession. Good job on defense.
Yeah, good job on defense. Panthers get the ball 1st and 10, the first possession of the night.
Will take over 1st down and 10.
Panthers have a stingy defense, man. 38 points all year long.
You're looking at their numbers and what they've not allowed this year is just impressive in itself. It's just unbelievable.
I mean, no disrespect for Marion. They've given up 120 points through 8 games, and that is good.
Yeah,
but the Panthers exactly 38 through 10 games is really impressive.
Yep.
Navi slips and falls at the 13.
That's one thing. This field they're playing on is a brand new turf, so it may be a little slicker than normal. It's a beautiful field. It is a turf field, but it's a brand new field, a brand new scoreboard with a big video board up there as well, too.
And I know they, Coach Nick and them wanted to practice on a turf before they came. I'm not sure if they had the opportunity with all the COVID issues going on. But that's Martico Jackson up the middle. Going to get up to the 21-yard line, be a gain of 8.
Martico with a nice hole to run through that time. That big offensive line making a hole through there.
On the play, picked up about 9 yards.
So that's going to be 3rd and 2 yards. 3rd and a long 2. You try the offside, try to get him to jump this early in the game.
I think that's a little early. Just give it to number 21 and let him get you a 1st down.
Marshall up to the 27. Give him 4. He's been giving 5. And you can hear the Abbeville crowd from over here. They're going crazy.
1st and 10 for Abbeville from the 27-yard line.
27-yard line. Panthers with 1 first down so far. You can see Coach Smith on the sideline with that bright yellow shirt. Marshall, I believe he took the direct snap there and took it himself. Tried a wildcat.
Yeah, I think you're right. I didn't see him line up back there.
I didn't either. Kind of snuck in on me.
He did. Snuck in on me as well, too.
Plenty of Marion defenders waiting for him at the line.
And looks like they're going to be pretty gracious and give him a yard.
2nd down and 9 for the Panthers.
This Marion defensive front looks big and looks physical themselves as well, too.
Exactly right. Mari Rollins, number 53 on the defensive line. She is a beast. Tyrell Haddon, left side, gets up to the 32-yard line.
Tyrell Haddon.
Give them all a gain of 4.
And you said that right, that is she out there playing, number 53 for Marion. So
you never know it. 275, 6 foot. And I've I've heard some of the coaches from Marion talking about how strong she is. She is just as strong as any other person her size.
The old saying is, he's a man, and she's a woman.
Navi Marshall right side, looking for some room. Cuts it up just a touch, going to get up to about the 35-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3.
Line number 20, DeMonte Jackson.
And they're using Marshall a lot more than I thought they would early in the game. They've already carried him 4 times.
Navi's been kind of hampered with an ankle sprain the last few weeks, and I don't know if he's 100%. Looked like it on that play, but you never know.
Yeah.
Willie Crawford back to
Addison Nichols, a.k.a. At Dog, going to boot it away. You're talking about a strong young man. You don't see many punters bench pressing for 315 pounds.
No, you don't. Malik Crawford back deep for the Swamp Foxes. That punt was almost blocked.
And it almost hit a Marion player. And it's going to get up to the 44. That's about where Marion had it their first time around. So hopefully the Panthers can have the same result as they did the other one with a 3 and out.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
First down and 10 for Marion.
We got 6 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the first quarter. About half the quarter gone.
This game's going to go quick. You're going to see a lot of both teams running the ball a lot tonight. Marion don't put it up. They put it up 8 times, or actually 14 times, completed 8 passes this entire season for only 122 yards, so they're not going to throw it around much. They're going to keep it on the ground.
Kind of like Panthers where they'll pound you, then throw one up.
Yeah, that's right.
But the Panthers, I'm telling you what, man, we got Tyrell Haddon sneaks out of the backfield and Antonio Harrison. Most of the time they get open. They get a good jump or something. But that's going to be Amari Rollins, I believe, right there on the carry.
I believe you're right.
I tell you, my goodness. She pounded up the middle. She hit Demetrius Harrison, drove him back 3 yards.
Swamp Foxes with black uniforms and garnet and gold colors. Same colors as the Panthers, just a different little scheme all the way around. So
it's really weird the way their jerseys are, because
Yep.
you got the maroon or the garnet on the inside. Amari Rollins again, this time right up to the 50. That'd be another gain of 3, make it 4th and 4.
that's 2 plays in a row. She just pounded it right up the middle and gained about 5.5 yards on both carries there.
Excuse me, that is 3rd down, 3rd and 4th. I'm
Yep.
sorry. And they got her lined up again. You going to go for the trifecta and see it 3 times in a row? Not quite yet. The Swamp Foxes take a timeout with 5:32 left in the first quarter. Score here is 0-0.
That's their first timeout of the half. Tyrell Haddon once again on the feet. Pushed out of bounds by number 1, Willie Crawford.
And we're back. 5:32 left in the first quarter. 3rd and 4 for the Swamp Foxes, right on the 50-yard line. Ball fumbled. And number 15, Ty Cade.
Ty Cade jumps in there and gets a play, makes a nice play on the quarterback. Like you said, the ball was bobbled on the snap, which give some of the Abbeville defenders a little extra second or 2 to get back there. I think they were going to hand it to the young lady once again and let her see if she could pound it up the middle, but that play kind of busted from the get-go.
And Quali Crawford, number 1 running back, is furious, throwing his hands up. I understand, the feelings are high. This is a state championship. You got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And the ball is fumbled. And it doesn't matter what happens. The Panthers should take over at the 36-yard line. Holy cow. That's another bobbled snap, 2 in a row.
That's just a huge mental mistake for Marion right there. They bobbled the long snap on the punt and just never really had a hand on it and couldn't get the punt off. And Abbeville jumps on them and tackles them. I don't think nobody recovered it. It's just a turnover on downs back there at the 36-yard line. So excellent field position for the Panthers.
Also 14 on that play. That's exactly what you wanted as the Panthers. You wanted something big to happen. Tyrell Haddon with the counter goes up the middle. Going to be kind of knocked forward instead of going forward. Up to the 31-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5.
I'll take 5 yards every run if I can get it.
The Panthers, they average 8 3.4 yards as a team.
That's insane.
That is unbelievable. Just put that in perspective. The NFL, some of the greatest running backs ever only average 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Like Gale Sanders. They say Nick Chubb is averaging 5 for his career.
That's right.
Jackson up to the 30. Called a gain of 1.
Jackson on the carry.
Jackson with 9 yards on 2 carries.
I don't think this is what Panthers wanted to get into, a 3rd and long here.
Marion.
Let's see if Panthers can convert this big 3rd down play. Excellent field position. Got a chance to put some points on the board. Need to pick up this first down.
For Abbeville.
My question is, say if you get 2 or 3 yards here, you got about a 45-yard field goal.
Nah, go for it.
You say go for it?
I would. This state championship, I'm going for it.
That's going to be a holding penalty on the Panthers. Tyrell Haddon slips and falls. That's the 3rd time we've seen a Panther running back slip.
Yeah, this new turf has don't have as much grip in it maybe as what these kids are used to, but nonetheless, there is a flag on the play, and I believe this is going to come back.
And I see a Marion coach saying a false start. If I was them, I'd rather have a holding penalty. That'd be 10 yards instead of 5.
It can be an illegal shift.
So, yeah, that would be a 5-yard pass. Better for the Panthers. Now it's going to be 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 14.
That's right.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Yeah, that would have been 4th and 1 if they would have declined it, and I don't think they would have wanted to do that. But then again, Panthers could bust one loose here.
I think you might see Mr. Buford put one up in the air here. I'm just going to kind of take a guess at it here. Panthers have been successful. They have thrown the ball around 60 times this year already.
That's not bad for them. 6 a game. Look
exactly
at that.
What it is.
He gets his, he throws, and ball is tipped, caught, Navi Marshall, touchdown.
What a play by the Panthers. Ball was underthrown, Travis, but it went right through the defender's hands. Navi Marshall catches it and makes a couple of juke moves, and in the end zone he goes.
Holy cow. That is, he got hit as he throws. I was kind of thinking, oh, man, that's not going to get there. And just a mental mistake by the Marion defender, just kind of went bloop right into the Panthers' hand.
That's three costly not penalties, but mistakes by Marion so far in this ball game. 2 botched snaps, and then this play right here, just a cold night. Ball slipped right through the defender's hands.
You're not joking. It's 37 degrees, and you can feel every bit of it.
No.
Addison Nichols on for the extra point. Score 7-0. Panthers up with 3:13 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back. Addison Nichols boots it away. That ball is not carrying for Nichols. That one fielded about the 7-yard line. Crawford almost slips, able to get up, gets up to the 14-yard line, and that's where Marion will take over for the 3rd possession.
Panthers so far on the game, 8 carries for 27 yards. Marion 7 carries for only 4 yards, actually for negative 4 yards. Panthers have run 9 plays for 62 yards. Marion's only run 7 plays for negative 4 yards. So that defense is stepping up for the Panthers already. Halfway through the first quarter, a little over halfway through the first quarter, actually.
I'm trying to remember who it was, but the Panthers held somebody to 4 yards, 4 positive yards, I believe it was. I think it was Woodland, and another bubble snap.
Yep.
Crawford making something out of nothing. Looks like he gained a yard on that. How he did that, I have no idea. I thought he was going to be a 5-yard loss.
I think he just got back to the line and dove forward and. Yeah, you're right. Picked up at least 1 on the play there.
Gregory Martin on the stop for Abbeville. 2nd and 9 to go from the 14-yard line.
14-yard line. And I tell you what, your hands got to be freezing. I know mine's a little chilly, but out there on the field, you need to kind of get past that ball on the ground. And
that's picked up by the Panthers.
Jackson picks it up, runs it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
DJ Jackson with the scoop and score for the Panthers.
Touchdown, Abbeville! DeMarquise Jackson on the scoop and score. Jackson on the scoop and score.
And I tell you what, you're going to hear a lot of people saying, well, man, Marion just gave them 14 points right there. You know, this is a state game.
You take them any way you get them.
It doesn't matter. Points are points.
That's
I don't
right.
care how you score them.
That's exactly right. You know, you can go back to being off these last week and a half, 2 weeks, not being able to practice, not being able to do a whole lot. And you can see it in this Marion team. It looks like they've come to play, but just the mistakes along the way, maybe trying to get somewhere too fast and, you know, not having the ball in your hands, not having it secured, and it's made a difference so far.
You know, you've got to be doing something as the Marion coaching staff. I mean, they've got to be doing some type of, you know, physical things. And Addison Nichols with a rare missed extra point.
Our score with just over
we'll talk about that more in a minute. 13-0 Panthers up, 2:22 left in the first quarter.
Tyrell Hatton, knocked inbounds by number 32, County Union with the bag.
Nichols with a little pooch kick, keeping it away from Crawford.
I don't blame him there.
Man, he bobbled it too. Trying to go backside. Panthers tracking them pretty well. He's going to get up to the 30.
On the return.
Antonio Harrison on the tackle.
It's one of the hardest plays to defend when the ball is kicked to one side of the field and the defender or receiver runs all the way over to the other side. It's just a lot of ground to cover, a lot of gaps that need to be filled.
I tell you, the majority of the Panthers are on this side, so we're pretty fortunate that one didn't go for a big gain. And I believe that was number 8, Jameek Nichols. And kind of bear with us, it's kind of hard to see the numbers on the field because it's garnet on black with white outline, so it's very hard to see the numbers on Marion's side. So we may get a name wrong here or there. But Panthers up 13-0, 31-yard line. Another high snap. Kuzak is just going to fall on it, and he's going to miss.
Bad snap on the play.
And number 32, one of the captains, Kahim Bethea, able to fall on it, but holy cow.
That's going to be 25, almost a 30-yard loss there.
Ball on the 8-yard line. They got to get
22 actually.
They've got to get to the 41-yard line to get a first down. So if you want to do the math, that's what's that? Second and 33.
33, 34, something like that. Yeah, second in the country mile. Second and back to Abbeville.
Good grief.
Panthers defense looks like they are on it tonight.
And that's the fourth bad snap from the center. And I believe that's Bethea on the carry, and the ball's on the ground again.
And the Panthers say they have it. No signal. There it is.
Panthers got it. Jay Tinch, number 14, able to get it and go.
Panthers with another recovery.
For the Panthers.
Not sure who actually recovered that. Don't have a
14 for the Panthers came up with it.
I don't have him on my roster, unfortunately. Nonetheless, a Panther got it. That's the main thing, I guess.
Kyle Tinch, the 12th grade linebacker, able to come up with it. Big moment for him. Senior year state championship. You come up with a big fumble, put your team in good position. Panthers going to start off on the 8-yard line. I'm going to be real interested to see the time of possession after the first quarter. Here, Benedict, they do some stats for us, and this is great. Martico Jackson running guys over.
They can't stop him.
Goes into the end zone. Touchdown from 8 yards out.
Martico Jackson would not be denied on that carry, Travis. He slipped in the backfield a little bit, but boy, when he got his feet up under him, he put his head down and ran over a couple of Marion defenders, and next thing you know, he falls in the end zone.
That is unbelievable.
I believe Panthers are probably going to go for 2 here to try and make up that missed extra point on the last possession.
I 100% agree with that call. I mean, well, why not? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's nice. We can actually see we got a not a shot clock, but we got a timer going, 40-second time till you get the snap off. Buford looking to throw. Tyrell Hatton off his fingertips. Oh, man.
Intended for Tyrell Hatton.
Almost reeled it in.
2-point conversion.
Pass was just a little high, but nonetheless, 2 easy scores for the Panthers here on 2 turnovers by Marion. You take them when you can get them.
Exactly. Panthers up 19-0, 1:16 left in the first. Nichols gets a high chopper. And number 5, that is Zy Charles, picks it up. Going to get up to about the 40-yard line.
Zy Charles.
Nichols has plenty of leg to put it in the end zone. It's just, I think, being so cold tonight, that ball is hard as a rock.
Well, it is.
To go.
You're exactly right. It's tough kicking a football like that in cold conditions. It don't travel as far, and it's hard as a cinder block. It seems like, Panthers have done this the last few games. You know, the little short pooch kicks to stay away from the dangerous return men, and it's been effective.
And especially with Gray Collegiate with Adams. Oh, my goodness, you got to keep it away from him. But that is Kuzak with a big gain. First down, tackled hard, Cruz Temple. But he's inside Panther territory up to the 44.
And picks up the first down.
And that is the first down, I believe, for Marion on the night.
I think it is. I think you're right.
On the play.
Nice play by Cruz Temple to chase him down and make a play. It's the first big play the Panthers defense has given up all game long so far, really.
It's the first one over 3 yards all night.
Yeah.
Handoff. Bethea up the middle, going to get turned right back around. And actually kept his feet and kept going. And since he tried to keep going, they're going to knock him back even a yard less. He's only gained a yard on that one.
Yeah, he had about 2 yards, it seemed like, on their initial carry, but kind of spun around and they tackled him. So it's only a gain on the play. But
and if they decide to, that'll be the last play of the first quarter. Clock is at 10 seconds.
It's like they're going to try and get another one off.
And they're going to go for it. And Kuzak looking for the pitch. The pitch is there. Gives it up to Crawford. Crawford going to get hit at the original line of scrimmage and drop there. So that is it for the first quarter, Bobby. We're up 19-0. Panthers looking pretty good on defense. You see anything particular that caught your eye out there?
Just, Marion's got to cut out the mental mistakes and the uh-ohs, I guess you could say. You take those away, and you basically have a 7-0 ball game, per se. But for the most part, Panthers' defense has just been lights out. I mean, they're flying to the ball. They're hitting hard. I think the only thing that's really hurting the Panthers is this new turf that's kind of slick out there. A couple of Panthers have slipped down a few times, but for the most part, and they're playing good enough to win this game going away.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Panthers have had the ball twice inside the 20-yard line to start off their possessions, and 1 or 2 plays, they knock it in.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Panthers are just so stingy when it comes to that type of stuff. You give them something, they're going to get it, and they're going to keep taking it until you say no more.
I see it.
And a lot of teams are not able to say no more, especially this year. I mean, Panthers scored 475 points before this game, giving up 38. They're going to take, and they're not going to let you out.
And 8 games so far this year have been shutouts.
Yep, 8 games.
I mean, that's unheard of. You can't hardly do that on a PlayStation game.
And the team that scored 21 points on them was a big-time team from North Carolina, won the private league.
Yep.
Kuzak going to throw it deep, undercut. Jeremiah Lomax almost with another interception. He's had multiple interception games.
He has. He really has. Jeremiah Lomax took a step to the inside and was about a half a step away from making that play. Nonetheless, nice play by Mr. Lomax.
On his shoestrings, almost reeled it in. That would have been impressive.
And there was a flag down on the play. It looked like an ineligible receiver downfield, and that penalty was declined.
That penalty has been declined.
Yep, that would have been 3rd and 14. I think Coach Nick wants to take the 4th and 9.
That brings up 4th down.
And coming out to boot it away is going to be Austin Lattimore.
For Marion.
He was unable to handle one of the snaps.
Back to return for the
Panthers, do you bring the heat?
Nah, not right now. I personally wouldn't. I'd try and set up a return, but it looks like they're coming, and they were.
And Panthers need to get out of the way. Lomax almost got pushed into it. So Panthers going to have their worst field position of the night. Excuse me, actually they tied. The first one they started on the 13. This one they're starting on the 13. So
yeah.
Panthers couldn't get much going on that first drive. They had 1 first down. Let's see what they do with their first possession in the second quarter. They're up 19-0.
1st and 10 for Abbeville.
No, they're not going to let the foot off the gas,
following the punt.
Especially not this early in the game. Amari Rollins coming out for defense. Been lined up in the nose guard position. Navi Marshall looked for the edge.
Marshall on the carry.
The cornerback did a good job of slipping off of Harrison to make the tackle. Harrison, a good blocker, especially for a wide receiver.
I tell you, Travis, I'm impressed with Marion's defenders. They got a little bit of speed themselves. They're not slow one bit.
I mean, if you look, they're pretty mirrored to Abbeville. They got very fast cornerbacks and linebackers. The offensive line is pretty stocky. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, they're not a bad ball team. They just had some bad luck here in the first quarter. Screen that one out. Harrison going to get up to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3.
Complete to Harrison.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Ball spotted at the 20-yard line.
10 minutes and 55 seconds and counting here in the second quarter.
Benedict's got a nice scoreboard. They just got it digitalized.
Just a beautiful facility all the way around. Well, I can play here every Friday night.
Oh, man, can you imagine that? This is what Spring Valley feels like. How about that?
That's right.
Marshall up the middle. Gonna get a first down and more up to the 26-yard line. They're going to call it the 27. So that'll be a gain of 6 for Marshall. Big carry on 3rd down.
After a gain of 7 yards. That's an Abbeville Panther first down.
Mari Rollins. She's 270 pounds going against Mr. Jake Adams, who's 318. He's 6 foot tall too. So that's going to be a good matchup to watch here tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Still early in the game.
Can you give Mr. Jordan 2 things back for me?
And I believe Thomas was going for Tyrell Haddon.
Intended for Tyrell Haddon.
I think it was a little tall, and Haddon turned around to see if anybody else was there. Nobody home.
Second down and 10.
Not sure if Haddon may have kept going on that route and the pass was kind of thrown to the outside. Maybe he was supposed to stop and kind of a back shoulder pass, but nonetheless it falls incomplete.
A little confusion there.
Not a bad play to throw it around on first down, son.
I'm interested to see who's calling plays tonight. I know Coach Temple calls a lot of the plays, and Coach Smith is kind of there just to kind of relay them in. So I have a good talk to him, see who's calling the plays. But Navi Marshall on the edge, got a big gain, runs a man over, carrying him with him up inside the 45, up to the 43-yard line.
Picks up a big gain.
That is a huge gain, 34 yards on the carry.
Navi Marshall with a huge hole to run through that time. Well, when he got out in open space, he just turned the speed on and down the field he went.
And to be honest, that's only the second big play of the Panthers. That one was a 35-yard completion. And ended up being a touchdown off a tip ball. That one, I mean, that was the first one over 8 yards since the pass.
Yep. Looks like Marion is going to have to take another timeout. They had a little confusion with personnel on the field.
Well, we'll take a timeout with them. Panthers up 19-0 with 9:40 left in the second quarter. Thank you for tuning in to West Carolina Sports. So Panthers, first down. Tyrell Haddon right side. He's got some room to run. And he's going to run a man over, drag a man. That's an identical run to Navi Marshall.
Tyrell
inside the 20. We'll see where they put the marker. The marker's going to be 18-yard line. So another big gain. That one for 26 yards.
Gets the ball to the 18-yard line.
Tyrell over 30 yards carrying the ball on 3 carries tonight. Navi Marshall with 7 carries for 50 yards. Martico Jackson 3 carries for 16 yards.
First and 10 to
Pretty
go
good numbers for the Panthers so far.
Yeah, not bad. And you're going to see 2 or 3 more running backs before the night's over.
Oh, absolutely. They put everybody in there. That's why one player typically doesn't get, huge numbers. Like if you have 4 guys, they're all going to be around 80+ yards.
That's right.
If you're going to do, they do like a run by committee. I mean, if they were to put one player to run all the time, there's no telling what their numbers would be. He'd have over
2,000 yards rushing.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Unreal.
J.B. Burton forward for about a yard
Second
on that last carry.
To go for Abbeville from the 17-yard line.
Haddon right side. Going to get up inside the 15, up to the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 for Haddon.
Haddon on the carry.
The old saying is you hit them with the 1-2 punch. Panthers hit them with the 4, 5, and 6 punch. That's about how many running backs they can use back there.
I remember doing a game earlier this season, and there was, if I'm not mistaken, 10 or 11 different people to run the football for the Panthers. And I was just like, where are these guys coming from? Like, they're just coming out of the woodworks.
Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. It's
They're looking into Coach Smith. Coach Smith renamed it in.
Panthers certainly in no hurry now. Got a nice commanding lead here.
They need to be 3 seconds on the play clock. And they're going to have to burn a timeout. And it looked like Najee Marshall was going to be in the Wildcat again with Thomas Buford split out to the right side.
They have 2 remaining.
It is 3rd and 3. We'll see what happens when we come back from the timeout. 7:48 left in the second quarter. Panthers up 19-0. So Panthers come out, same formation, Marshall in the Wildcat. And he's going to go left side and get brought down. And I believe he got back to the line of scrimmage. He's lucky to do that. That kind of got blew up early.
That's some nice speed out there for Marion to get to that edge over there, because we know how fast Marshall is.
I mean, Marshall is, he can absolutely blaze. I mean, some of the guys talking about it, he's down by the 4-4 mark. And if you can open field tackle him one-on-one,
you're doing something.
Holy cow. But Addison Nichols is going to come on for a 28-yard field goal. Addison Nichols has made a couple from 40+, so this is pretty comfortable for him. He missed an extra point. This one
didn't miss that one.
Right down the middle. That puts the score 22-0. Panthers up with 7:05 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back for more action. Addison Nichols takes the full approach this time. Good line drive kick. Going to be fielded, though. Jameek Nichols finds a small seam, and now he's got some room to run, and Panthers come and lay into him.
Excellent return,
but not after he gets up past the 40-yard line. I believe they're going to give him all the way to the 44-yard line. That's
he's brought down
kind of a generous spot, in my opinion, but
39-yard return there.
There's a reason I'm not out there to mark them.
Yeah.
I've been pretty pleased with the officials so far. Granted, it's been a super clean game on both sides. I mean, like, there was a legal man downfield and a legal shift, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, I love this. I love let them play, you know. I mean, blocking is holding anyway.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It can't be blatant, but, you know, as long as it ain't obvious, let it roll.
That's right.
But that's going to be 5-yard carry.
It was Cusack on the carry.
Quarterback keeper.
Gabriel Cusack on the keeper. Brought down by number 15, Ty Cade. Gain of 5 yards on the play.
I say that now about the let the holding go, but I'm going to see one later on. I promise you it's going to be just like that. Okay, now that one was obvious. You got to call that one, and
that's right.
There's going to be a no call. So I'm just going to sit here and keep my mouth shut about the holding call, man.
You're going to see a bunch of them in a minute.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to turn right around. Shouldn't have said anything. 2nd and 5 on the 49. Cusack thought about tossing it, but it's going to be swarmed by Panthers. Ty Cade, I believe, was the first one in there. Demetrius Harris able to get in there, too, and the Panthers pointed like they had the ball, but Man's going to come back with it, back on the 39-yard line.
Big Demetrius Harris getting in there and making a play.
Demetrius Harris, a huge young man.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's 6'3", 323. If he lands on you, you're going to know it.
I promise.
3rd down and long to go for Marion from their own 39-yard line.
And this is kind of what the Panthers defense wanted to do, was get Marion in 3rd and long situations here, make them throw the ball, because they hadn't been very effective at throwing the ball all year long, it seemed like.
I mean, they've already attempted like 4 passes this game, and you said 14 all year long. Make it 15, and that one's going to work. Harrison, trips him up, but not after a first down.
Screen pass complete to
nice play call by Marion Swamp Fox's coaches down there. Basically let the defense come to them and just threw it over their heads, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Panthers been getting pressure all night, and they thought, oh man, we got another easy sack, and then he just dumps it right over their heads for, I believe that was a 16-yard catch, and I believe it was Crawford on the catch.
I think you're right.
17 on the play.
Sincere Caesar with the tackle.
42-yard line.
Looking to throw again, slips and falls.
Cusack's pass incomplete.
That one intended for Zy Charles. Under 5 minutes left in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. Panthers up 22-0. Ball on the 42-yard line. And if Marion can punch it in here, that'll be a little bit of a help for them. But, Panthers get the ball at halftime. So,
that's right.
If they score here, Panthers score right back, that could be, that'd be real tough on the psyche for the Swamp Foxes.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But they're going to go with 4 receivers, 3 to the bottom side, got a man up top. And looking to throw again. Kuzak. Ball dropped by Charles.
Crawford's pass is incomplete.
That pass was definitely catchable that time. It just went right through his hands and fell harmlessly to the ground out of bounds there.
And I tell you what, they've tried 7-8 passes. They've already halved their season total in this one game.
That's right.
10 to go for the first down for Marion.
Marion's been 1 for 4 on third down conversions tonight.
This one's not going to be any easier. It's a 3rd and 10 in Panther territory. They've been in Panther territory 3 times now. And that one was a wildcat to Crawford. And Crawford, who got the first down a minute ago, now he's going to rush this one for 13 yards.
Crawford on the quarterback keeper.
Marion with a nice drive here late in the second quarter to try and put some points on the board and get back in this thing.
Marion Swamp Fox first down.
And they've got plenty of time to get it in the end zone. Even as a rushing team, 4.5 minutes inside the 30, you got plenty of time.
That's right.
And if you're the Swamp Foxes, I can imagine you wouldn't want to score too fast, because if you give the Panthers an opportunity to score again, and if they score then and then another one at halftime, it could be dangerous. But that's Crawford again in the Wildcat. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see them stay with that Wildcat there, Bobby. They're moving the ball pretty well. Had a 13-yard carry and now a 7-yard carry here.
Gain of 6 on the play.
20 yards on the last 2 plays.
For Marion from the 22.
Number 75, Gregory Martin on the tackle for the Panthers.
Wildcat again. And Panthers wise up a little bit, and they saw it coming that time. Rush up the middle. Going to be real close to a first down.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, met by a number of Abbeville players.
And we'll call it 2 yards for Crawford that time.
It's going to be 3rd and short. A yard or less to go.
3rd and inches. You're going to make them jump?
Ball spotted at the Abbeville.
Maybe now. I think you got to line up and just try and pick this first down up here. You've kind of pinned Abbeville's ears back on defense a little bit, and you kind of got a little momentum on your side if you're Marion.
Use it while you got it.
Yep.
And they got number 80 in there. Mr. T.J. Sanders. He looks like he's lined up at fullback, ready to make some room.
Marion.
But the Panthers,
it's their 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
Takes the timeout. I think the play clock was getting kind of low on them. So
that's their 3rd and final timeout, I think.
It's going to be tough here on out for the first half. They've got 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to score. The Panthers are up 22-0, trying to hold them back. I believe that's Crawford lined up again, going to the right side, and he's going to have it. Stays on his feet, dives up to the 11-yard line. 8 yards on Crawford. Panthers not been able to do much with
pushes forward for another
quarterback keepers from Crawford. Cusack on the sideline.
Ty Cade on the tackle
for the Swamp Foxes, and they just got their big bodies up there.
This is the longest possession the Panthers defense has been on the field too. That cold air out there makes it kind of tough to breathe sometimes.
Over 5.5 minutes now on this drive. Crawford looking for the edge and going to be brought down.
Crawford once again.
Mr. Ty Cade, number 15, there to bring him down.
Ty Cade on the stop.
Looks like they're going to give him 3 yards on that
on
one.
The play. 2nd down and 6.
We'll call it 2nd and 7.
Marion from the Abbeville 8-yard line.
Inside the Panther 10. Panthers, they better book up a little bit, and they're going to call a Panther timeout. And that's a wise one to take with 2:26 left in the second quarter. Panthers up 22-0.
Addison Nichols on for the
Abbeville's taking 2. Charlie W. Johnson Stadium here. 2nd down and 7 to go here. And brought the big fullback, Amari Rollins, in.
I believe she's going to take the direct snap.
I kind of believe you're right. She's kind of lined up in the quarterback slot back there. So
I'm not real sure what's going on because she's so close to the line. And it looks like some of the players are kind of confused as to what's to be going on right now. And the officials, they're waiting on the officials.
We got to reset the clock or something over here. The official timeout on the field.
It looked like Crawford was getting looked at on the sideline. They're trying to get the clock back to 2:26.
No, 2:30 actually.
2:30, okay.
Anyway, now we're ready.
But yeah, Amari Rollins looks like she's under center almost. No, okay, I see what's going on now. That's Bethea. Gonna take it, gonna follow Rollins. Rollins, lead blocker, gonna get in there and make a good block. Bethea gonna get up to the 5-yard line, be a gain of 3 yards.
She got out there on the outside and made a fairly nice block after all that.
Bethea having to wait just a touch though for that block to get set up, but once she got it set up, a couple yard gain there.
Gain of 4 on the play. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line. It's third down!
That's an impressive voice on the commentator. Holy cow. He did the game 2 years ago, and I was very impressed. He has a good sounding voice, nice and clean.
Big third down here.
3rd and 4. Panthers are going to stop them. 3-yard line, gain of 2 by Crawford.
Now you got a decision to make. 4th down. You're kind of in no man's territory down here. You got to go for it, I think.
First time you're down here, I agree.
Swamp Foxes need points. Yeah, they don't need a field goal. They need touchdowns here.
And the first down is on the 1-yard line.
2 yards to go for
and they're about on the 2.5, 3-yard line. So you can still get a first down without scoring.
Still on the field.
Panther fans going crazy. And that's going to be a touchdown Swamp Foxes. And that's going to be Crawford, the one to get him in, quarterback.
Nice, impressive drive by Marion before halftime to get on the board there. And they are one of the few teams that has scored points on Abbeville this year.
One thing that Abbeville does well is on that goal line. They bulk up. They bring the big bodies in there. They're not going to let you score. And that's probably the first time I've seen just an absolute power team score versus the Panthers inside the 5-yard line.
That's right.
And I believe C.J. Vance may have got a hand on that.
Looked like it might have been tipped, but
kick is no good, so that keeps the score at 6 points for Marion. Panthers up 22-6, and they got a minute 11 to make something happen left in the first half. We'll be right back. So we're back. Got a minute 11 left in the first half. Talking about it during the break. Marion had 2 huge third down conversions. One was a 3rd and 14. One was a 3rd and 10.
That kick lands.
You usually don't see that with the Panthers giving up 10 yards.
No, you don't. Usually Panthers get them in 3rd and long, and it's lights out. But Panthers give up, like you said, 2 big third down plays on that drive. It took over 6 minutes off the clock. So, like I said, that Panther defense was on the field for a pretty good while. It's cold out there. Those kids was breathing some deep air out there as well too. But you got a minute and 11 seconds to go here before halftime. Let's see if the Panthers can get something quick to happen and get downfield and at least maybe get in field goal range for Addison Nichols to put 3 more points on the board, if not punching in the end zone.
Absolutely. The kick was out of bounds, so the Panthers will take over the 30.
Correction, the 36
they're going to do it where the ball went out of bounds. So I guess anything past the 35, they're going to put it at that
I guess
mark.
so.
I've never seen that.
That's a new one on me too, Travis.
Now, I would imagine Coach Temple likes to be aggressive, so if he gets a big run here, look for him to throw it down the field. Marshall stuffed. I'm going to say a loss of 3 yards. We'll say 2 yards on that one. Man, that's kind of a buzz killer there. Marion with no timeouts. Panthers looking to me like they're just going to take it to the half. They may try 1 or 2 deep balls just to see what happens. I doubt it, but
I would take a shot, but a safe shot somewhere, maybe to the sidelines. But I don't know. I'm kind of content to go in the locker room being up.
Now, it looks like Crawford, who just scored that touchdown, is back going to play some safety. And Harrison had a good a good distance on there, but the play was designed for Navi Marshall. Marshall going to get up to the 46-yard line.
Well, I think even if Thomas had a seen him downfield, I don't think he had a lot of time because he had two Marion Swamp Fox defenders right in his face when he released that pass off to the left side over here.
I mean, I'm just impressed, man. Number 80, TJ Sanders from Marion, just a huge young man. I mean, he's 6'5", 285. And they got it listed as a linebacker tight end on here. I can imagine he'd be a defensive end. Haddon running opposite side, looking for the edge, has room, gets out of bounds, inside the Marion 40.
That stops the clock with 16 seconds to go here. So, two very positive plays by the Panthers here. You're not far away from field goal range, if not taking a shot at the end zone possibly.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say take it. And that was a 16-yard carry by Haddon. That puts them pretty close to the 50-yard mark there on the night. And you have one timeout. What's going through your mind here? I mean, are you going to try a shot towards the sideline? If it's incomplete, good. You still got your timeout.
I think you got to.
Timeout.
Yep, I think you got to.
Buford has Kelly going real deep, but they're not going to do it. And he's going to get up to the 27-yard line.
Coach Nick takes his last time out.
I don't imagine Addison Nichols will come off to try to put 3 on the board here.
Stopped by number 5, Cy Charles.
Did you see who caught that pass? I didn't quite catch the number on the pass. I believe it was Navi Marshall.
I did not see. I think it might have been Navi Marshall, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, that's a first down. Addison Nichols is coming on the field, so we'll see if they go for it. It'll be a 44-yarder from here. A lot of people are like, they're going for a 44-yard field goal in high school? Absolutely.
Yeah, he's got the leg.
Field goal. He made a 45er and a 44-yarder in one game. So, I mean, this is by no means, out of his range.
No, it's not. It's definitely in Addison's range.
The question is, if he's used to the turf and he trusts his feet enough to get them set, and to try to really get into it, and is the ball going to carry like it's supposed to?
Yep, that's right. Well, we're about to find out here in about 10 seconds to see what happens.
Clark Adkins, a long snapper. Thomas Buford going to hold it for him. All the way on that far right hash, 44-yard line. 44-yard field goal. Snap is good. I believe Marion was offsides, but they're not going to call it. Ball on the ground. Crawford going to get it, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So, kick block. Panthers good just to keep them from scoring any points there.
Yeah, it was.
Score going into halftime. Abbeville 22.
So Panthers up 22-6. We're at halftime. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll be. And we're back. Second half coming at you. We got a couple stats Mr. Bobby Hamby's going to read off.
Panthers with 7 first downs on the game so far. Marion with only 5 first downs. Rushing the ball, Panthers looking pretty good. 18 carries for 96 yards. Marion 24 carries for 25 yards. Passing the ball, Panthers done threw the ball 5 out of 4. 5 attempts, 4 receptions for 85 yards. Marion completed 1 for 4 for 19 yards. Fumbles returns, 1 huge fumble return for the Panthers resulted in a touchdown, which was a huge play for the Panthers early in the first half in this ball game. Time of possession pretty evenly matched. 10 minutes, 42 seconds for the Panthers, 13 minutes, 18 seconds for the Swamp Foxes as well, too. Some individual stats here. Qualik Crawford, 11 carries for 37 yards. Gabriel Cusack, 5 carries for 11 yards. Kahim Bethea, 4 carries for 8 yards. And Amari Rollins, she's got 2 carries for 6 yards. And, boy, she's been tough on defense.
Oh, man,
Travis.
She's been stopping it up in the middle.
Receiving the ball, Qualik Crawford with 1 reception, 1 for 19 yards as well, too. Over on the other side of the ball for your Panthers, Thomas Buford, 5 of 4 on the night for 85 yards. He's actually run the ball 4 4 times. No, I'm sorry, that's passing. My mistake. Passing the ball, Thomas is 5 for 4 for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. Navi Marshall, 9 carries for 47 yards. Tyrell Haddon, 5 carries for 32 yards. Martico Jackson, 3 carries for 16 yards, and Jamarian Burton, 1 carry for 1 yard. Receiving for the Panthers, Navi Marshall, 2 receptions, 47 yards and 1 touchdown. Martico Jackson, 1 reception for 36 yards. And Antonio Harris, 1 reception for 2 yards. You know, that's something that we talked about in the first half. You know, Panthers right now have used 4 running backs in the game so far, and I think you're going to see a few more. Normally you see Cruz Temple back there running the ball a little bit. Don't be surprised if we don't see him in the second half running the ball some.
I would imagine he's going to get his touches some way or another.
He'll have 3 or 4 carries for sure in the game before it's all said and done, I do believe. Panthers with a nice 22-6 lead at halftime as we got about a minute before we get the second half underway. It is a chilly night here at Charles W. Johnson Stadium here on the campus of Benedict College. And Travis, got to make a few adjustments. Marion had a nice possession right before the half, drove good ways down the field and punched it in. So they got a little bit of confidence. They know they can play with this Abbeville team if they can eliminate the mistakes that they made early.
And, the Panthers, the score is one thing. I'm not going to say the Panthers didn't earn those 2 touchdowns.
No, that's right.
But they've only truly drove the ball down the field one time tonight on 1 possession. Like the first 2 that they scored on were both of them were inside the 10-yard line. I mean, that's 2 plays, touchdown.
Yep.
The one, they had to drive 55 yards to get it to the end zone. And they look good on that possession, but I'm going to be honest with you, other than that, we're kind of either a big play or we're going to get, 1 yard.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling. The Panthers usually are pretty consistent, 4 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 4 yards. But they've been kind of, we got a 3-yard rush here, we got a 20-yard pass.
I think you got to go back to, having 2 weeks off and not played.
Yep.
I think that has a little bit to do with it, and it's not just affecting Abbeville. It's affected Marion as well, too. One thing that Panthers need to do, they do receive the second half kick. Panthers need to take a little time off the clock, drive this ball down the field, and put 7 points on the board nonetheless.
They've got to sharpen up the third down defense, too. That drive that Marion had that lasted 6 minutes at the end of the first half. I mean, they had on 3rd and 14, they got a first down.
That's
3rd
right.
and 10, they got a first down. I mean, you stop them there, they're punting the ball.
Yep, you're exactly right.
It's 3rd down's got to sharpen up a little bit. Offense is going to have to be a little more consistent running the ball. But other than that, it's a great game.
Yep.
And that's Austin Latimer. Kicks it away. Going to be fielded by Zay Rayford. Zay Rayford's got the edge, and he's got one man to beat with a blocker in front. Tyrell Haddon makes the block. Zay Rayford, he's going to stay on his feet. Touchdown, Panthers!
What a way to start the second half. Exactly what the Panthers needed. Kick return for 6 points, and you talk about a momentum swing jumping on the Panther side. It's there, buddy.
Commentator for the game said 87 yards on the return.
87 yards, Zay Rayford with the kick return, and that's the way you start a second half of football.
And I'm telling you, we've kind of talked about it. The Panthers have been, kind of inconsistent, but bam, boom, right out the gate.
That's
right.
right.
To the house. I'm hoping that's going to get them rolling. And we have an injured Marion player, so we will take a quick timeout. That run back took 14 seconds off the clock, so 11:46. Panthers up 28-6, looking to make it 29.
All right, go ahead, next play.
Welcome back to Benedict College as the Panthers take the opening kick to the house, and they're up 28-6 as we had an injury timeout on the field after that play. William Levon Gurley was helped off the field, and Panthers come to the line. Looks like they're going for 2.
I love it. Handoff. Marshall cuts it in. Touchdown. Panthers. Or excuse me, two-point conversion. I'm still excited about that, too.
It's okay.
But that'll put the score at 30-6. And I tell you what, we'll stay right here and talk a little bit more about the game while everybody gets reset. But I'm going to be honest with you. I did not see that coming. As soon as Zay Rayford caught the ball, he bobbled it. I was like, uh-oh. And then he was able to corral it. took it to the left side, and all of a sudden my eyes lit up. I don't know about you. I saw nothing but green.
He did. I saw a lot of green in front of him, and then heard you mention, you know, and watching as well, too. He had a blocker in front of him, which was great because I thought the guy behind him was going to catch him, and he almost did, but Zay Rayford had enough speed to get into the end zone, and, boy, I'm going to tell you what, you could not have drawn up a better play to start the second half with. Like you said, only took 14 seconds off the clock, but, hey, I'll trade out 7 points for 14 seconds all day long.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You know, the Panthers, you know, how quick it is. It's just, I mean, something could be going wrong all night, and then boom, bam, big play. You know what I mean?
Yep. Boy, I tell you what,
Crawford on the return.
Khalid Crawford on the return, and he didn't even get hit. He tried to cut and just slipped down, and I think that's that new turf. I don't know if it's got a little bit of wax film on top of it, maybe.
It's pretty cold. You know, imagine, you know, the condensation and stuff maybe freezing up just a little bit, starting to make it a little slick out there. But the Panthers have been slipping all night. That's really the first Marion player I've seen slip bad for them. Crawford just went straight down. I thought he was hurt for just a minute.
I think he had a little gap as well, too, on that left side. He probably could have gotten up close to the 35, maybe the 40-yard line before he would have been tackled. But nonetheless, he slipped down, and the ball's going to be spotted at the 19-yard line. Excuse me, the 24-yard line.
And that's Kuzak back in. He didn't play at all during that one drive. They just had Crawford taking the direct snap, wildcatting. But he took the direct and handed it off there.
Well, I tell you, if you're going to see Marion throw the ball, they're going to have to throw it in this game here to try and get back in it, because I don't think running the ball is going to get them back in the game with this Panther defense.
I tell you one thing, they were running like a power offense. I mean, like every person on the field was over 225 pounds, except for Crawford, and he was just following them. I mean, that's a semi-truck, you know, just going. Crawford, another hand. Oh, fake me out. Cusack. Going to get stopped up close to the first down. I believe he's going to be about a yard short up to the 33-yard line.
Cusack with a little play action there, and then ends up keeping the ball and made a couple of men miss. And like you said, he is very close to a first down.
Third down and 1 to go for Marion from the 34.
3rd and 1, and I don't think they got it.
No, I don't think he did either.
The quarterback sneak.
Kuzak tried to take it himself.
Got a little bit of yardage there, not much.
And they're going to bring out Austin Latimer to boot it away.
And that's a big possession for the Panthers if they can get Marion to punt this ball away here.
4th down and short to go for Marion.
Nobody back deep for the Panthers. I don't think they believe Marion is going to punt it, so we'll see what happens here.
I agree with you. I would definitely go with the safe return here. Just let the ball go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think Latimer's – from what I've seen so far, he hasn't been able to get it, you know, much farther than 25, 30 yards down the field. And that's should be a flag there. I was about to say they had a guy just literally jump off the sideline and they hiked the ball. So that would be a 5-yard penalty. Depending on where the ball went out, I'd imagine they just decline it.
And another flag flies, and looks like
another flag after the play as well.
Not sure what that second flag.
Right at midfield.
Yeah, Travis, and I believe that may be on Abbeville. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see what the call is. I'm like you. This first flag down here was probably running on a man at the end there. Too many men on the field, but.
Lewis said yes, definitely on Abbeville. So I didn't quite catch it, but I would imagine somebody trash talking and it.
A little jawing. Seen that a lot this year in sports. Seen shoes flying too.
Yeah.
With cleats being thrown.
Yeah. Wilson from Florida threw that. I couldn't believe that watching that. That was like, wow. You know, you got to keep your emotions in check. So the head official is talking to Coach Nichols over there, and now he's coming back. So he's wanting to back him up 5, I believe, and maybe do a that's what it looked like the hand gestures were. Illegal substitution against Marion. And then after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against Abbeville, so that'll back them up 15 yards from where they should have gotten the ball.
The original penalty was an illegal substitution against Marion.
So you had an illegal substitution against Marion, which moved the ball up 5 yards for Abbeville, but then a dead ball unsportsmanlike after the play, which is no result in possession change. It's still Abbeville's ball, so. But it just backed them up 15. Actually, only backed them up 10 yards from where it went out of bounds.
And they're starting off on the 25-yard line. It's about where you started anyway. So really no harm, no foul.
If you're going to get something like that, that's the time to do it on, because you don't, to me, you shouldn't see unsportsmanlike in the first place. Just play the game.
Yeah, play the game. Let your actions speak. But their ball is on the 27-yard line, so a gain of 2. Second and a long 7. Buford in the shotgun, got a receiver to the left side, and Marshall slips and falls. Buford wisely goes down, and a Marion player, it looked like they kind of threw a knee at Buford.
Well, it looked like Buford was just going to take a knee and just slide down, and it was kind of a little extracurricular out there on the tackle. One of the Marion players actually slung Thomas to the ground, and the Panther fans over there didn't like that. No call on the play.
And just from what I saw, I didn't like that either. I wish something would have been called, but you can see the Marion guy saying he thought he was faking going down to a knee. That's why he did it. So
it's been a clean game played by both teams tonight. I don't think nobody's trying to play dirty or anything. Just a kind of a bang play. I
don't have a problem with that if it was a clean play. Like if he legitimately thought he was going to try to fake him out, that's fine. Push him on the ground, but. If it was just out of the blue, you have to throw a flag there.
That's right.
But the Panthers take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We got 8:21 left in the third quarter. Panthers up 30-6.
Again, fans, just your mask on at all times and remain safely.
Buford hands off. Jackson tries to spin out of it. And TJ Sanders, the South Carolina commit, 6'5", 285. Pushes Jackson back. There's not much you can do against a guy that size.
No, it's not. TJ Sanders has played a pretty good ball game tonight against this outstanding Panther football team.
Addison Nichols going to punt it away, and I'm going to tell you what, that is not what you want for the Panthers to go 3 and out after getting the ball back.
No, it's not.
Addison Nichols hadn't punted the ball as well as he usually does tonight. Maybe he can get a good one away here. That one not really that great either. Hopefully it'll take a Panther hop, and it does. If he can get inside the 35, that's a pretty well done job. And right at the 35.
Took a real good Panther bounce that time. The last punt, Addison kicked, kind of took a Marion bounce and went back. But now there's a flag down here on the field. I don't know if we got roughing the punter or running into the kicker, or see what the call is here.
Depending on what they called, it could be a first down Panthers. And he pointed that way. As it stands, 42-yard punt for Addison Nichols, so not too bad of a punt. That's a net punt. TJ Sanders talking to one of the officials to try to see what's going on. I believe that's going to be against Marion. He kind of threw his shoulders down.
Coach Smart for the Swamp Foxes on the field down here. He's waiting on an explanation as well, too. So,
and I think he's saying he wants to add it on to the kick, whatever the flag was. Hope he don't come out with something I don't know.
Got running into the kicker against Marion.
Decline. I guess it'd only be a 5-yard penalty. You know, you can't be mad at a 42-yard punt. 36-yard lines where they're going to start off.
36-yard line.
So 41-yard punt, but Marion's going to take over the 7:25 left in the third quarter. And we'll see what type of strategy they go with. See if they put Crawford back in there, Cusack. We'll see if they try to go with that power offense, or if they're going to stay with the what they've been doing all game. And Cusack takes it himself. Going to be wrapped up and brought down on the far sideline.
Gabriel Cusack on the quarterback keeper. Brought down by number 17, Javario Tinch.
Javario Tinch on the tackle.
Gain of a yard on the play.
Gain of a yard.
Second down and 9
Cusack.
to go for Marion. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line.
clock ticks with under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
It's very nice having that play clock. 12 seconds left.
Yeah.
Fakes the handoff, throws a swing pass out. Crawford catches it in stride, and Chris Temple not able to make the catch, and first down. Marion after a 10-yard completion.
Tackled by Jeremiah Lomax.
Approaching midfield.
Gain of 11 on the play. That's a Marion Swamp Fox first down.
And 10. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 48-yard line.
The Foxes are on the move.
Yep. Big possession for Marion here as we halfway through the third quarter. Big possession for the Panthers as well, too. They need to make a couple plays and get the ball back.
And Luke Evans going to bring them down. Ball on the ground.
Boy, that was almost disaster.
Holy cow. I tell you what, Cusack has been pretty reckless with the pitches there. I think he's done that 2 or 3 times, like just kind of tossing it in the air as he's about to get tackled. You know.
I think you're right. That could have been tremendous disaster right there. That could have been scooped up by one of the Panthers if the running back hadn't have fell on it.
Oh, man, that would have been
another scoop and score.
Yeah, nothing but green.
Nonetheless, it's a loss of 4 on the play.
That's really one of the first times we've mentioned Luke Evans' name. He's usually it's Luke Evans with the tackle, Luke Evans with the tackle, but tonight's been a little bit quiet. And that time, Cruz Temple able to track him down in Panther territory, and he seems to be down. So Panthers checking on him.
Tackle made by Jeremiah Lomax.
He seems to be down. He seems to be hurt. So we'll take an injury timeout. We got 5:16 left in the third quarter. Panthers are up 30-6.
Up after the play.
So Marion took a timeout after the injury timeout. So they're down to 2 left, and Crawford looks for the edge. Got past Busby, and another big-time third down conversion for the Swamp Foxes.
I tell you, Travis, that was a backwards pass there, and they made something out of nothing to begin with. Logan Busby on the pursuit over, couldn't quite get to him. Finally got into the secondary, and Sinclair Caesar makes the tackle on the play. So
gain of 13 yards on the play.
13 yards on the play.
That's the Marion Swamp Fox first down.
And you weren't lying about hearing Crawford's name a lot. He's already ran the ball 10-plus times. He's caught 3 passes, 16 yards, 10 yards, 13 yards on the receptions. And we'll see if they go to him again. And it looks like they are. That pass is too deep. Going to be intercepted by the Panthers.
Exactly what the Panthers needed here, a turnover.
And that's Mr. Tinch, number 17, Jay Tinch, made a big tackle and got the interception there. And Jay Rayford helping the Swamp Fox up. The Panthers will take over deep in their own territory at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Panthers got the ball back. That's the good news. The bad news, they're starting on their own 5.5, maybe 6-yard line. But nonetheless, it's Panther football with 4:43 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers leading the ball game by a score of 30-6.
Panthers, that's their 3rd turnover of the night.
Yep. You can't win many ball games turning the ball over against this Abbeville football team.
Yeah, Panthers, they've been solid all night for the most. Yeah. 2 of them were kind of Marion mistakes. That one was also a Marion, but he just threw it up. You throw it up with any of the DBs on the Panthers, there's a good chance it's going to be going the other way.
That's exactly right. Martico Jackson with the carry.
Jackson on the handoff.
Looks like he's going to get up to the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7 for Jackson.
I like these second and shorts better than the third and longs, that's for sure.
At the Abbeville 14-yard line.
And I would imagine we'd see the Panthers start to go into some grind time. I know 24, that's 3 possessions. And if they get the playoff, and that should be a flag, they're not going to call it with 12 people on the field. But
Marshall on the handoff.
Now be Marshall on the carry. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Met by Laverne Bell.
Kind of surprised we didn't see the flag there. Amari Rollins was on the field.
It's 3rd.
But that puts us back at 3rd and 3.
Yeah, big 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Panthers here. Panthers 3 of 6 on 3rd down conversions for the night, so 50%.
Marshall takes the direct snap, has the first down, stays on his feet, stiff arms a man, and gets out of bounds.
Marshall.
Going to get up to the 24-yard line.
Out of the Wildcat.
That'll be a gain of 11.
Picks up the first
Huge
down.
pickup for Marshall.
Navi Marshall with the direct snap in the Wildcat formation. Runs it off to the left side, and he had a couple of blockers out there on the end. Created enough room for him to get through that hole and picked up the first down. So Panthers now 4 of 7 on third down conversions on the night.
24-yard line.
Marshall has had a pretty good season. He's been hurt most of the season, but we had talked about it. He's got over 500 rushing yards, and he's only played, 45 so carries. It's impressive. In the night, that's 2-week break. It's kind of been good for the Panthers. It's been kind of nursing that injury that he's had. He's a big factor in the Panthers' offense. He's getting ready for basketball. There's quite a few Abbeville guys, they're ready for basketball season.
Oh, yeah, they're ready for it.
We're still in football.
I'll see it.
They're on 31-yard line.
We got about 15 minutes of football left, and basketball season can officially start for some of these kids then.
Yeah, let's stay zoned in for the next 18 minutes and 50 seconds, and then you can have it.
That's right.
Jackson gets
Picking
up to
his
the
way.
30, man. He just. I love Jackson running, man, because he'll get to where he just meets somebody and then he'll just start spinning or something. He's like he turns into like a washing machine. He just tries to spin until he gets it, and then you give him any kind of room, then he's gonna keep going and run down you.
That's right.
He picks up a first down there, a big physical run. I remember like 2 weeks ago, they made contact about the 20 or 25-yard line, and he literally just kept dragging people until he scored a touchdown. I believe that was against Chesney is who that was against.
I think you're right. I remember hearing it on the radio, and it was it's like he drugged the entire team into the end zone with him.
It was unbelievable. J.B. Burton, he can run the ball too. He runs very physical like Martico as well. And Davis and
Marion Burton once again on the carry.
some of the Marion players kind of chit-chatting a little bit.
Laverne Bell on the stop for Marion.
Davis, one of those guys, he'll block until the whistle, after the whistle. He kind of picks at you all night, Davis does. If you watch him long enough, he'll kind of, he'll give you a little extra push right after the whistle, or, he's trying to get a reaction out of it.
Yeah.
A lot of times he does. So, if it works, it works.
That's right.
If it can get you a little mad, maybe get you frustrated, make you mess up, that's what it's about.
Panthers now just grinding it out here.
And this is the type of Panthers offense I like to see. I like to see 8 yards carry, 6 yards carry. You know what I mean? Like J.B. Burton, he gets 6 yards there, gets him about a yard short of the first down, makes a 3rd and 1, and they're going to go ahead and give him a first down. Ball on the 46-yard line. We got 1:30 left in the third quarter.
Gain of 6 yards.
Panthers, like we said, up 30-6, 24-point comfort zone there. Panthers came into the game a 30-plus point favorite. That's pretty unheard of in a state game.
Yeah, it is.
On the carry. Gain of 4 this time.
Going to get 4 for 4 yards. Ball just
Second and
inside
6 to
Marion
go
territory.
from the 50-yard line.
And the Panthers keep this up. This will be their longest drive of the game.
Yeah.
Longest time of possession of the game here.
This drive started on their own 4.5, 5 yard line, yeah.
Jackson coming across, has some room to run, some blockers set up, going to get inside the 40, up to the 39.
Martico Jackson on the carry.
11-yard carry for Jackson.
And you can kind of see, if you look real close, the Marion defense is starting to breathe a little bit heavy. They're starting to get a little winded. Those big kids on that front line out there starting to wear down a little bit. This Abbeville offensive line is starting to get their second wind, it seems like, and they're making a few holes along the way. And this has been a nice possession for the Panthers.
Yeah, Marion's on the time of possession. It's not, outrageous, but they've had the ball 4 or 5 more minutes than the Panthers have. Panthers offense a little fresh, their defense starting to wear down just a touch, and ball on the ground. Marshall not able to get back to it, and the Swamp Foxes are going to take over. Marion able to punch it out of Marshall's hand.
Panthers getting a little cute out there on a reverse, it seemed like, and just couldn't hang on to it, and ball got punched away, and Marion takes over. Not what you wanted to see after a nice drive all the way from the 5 yard line up to across midfield. And now it's Marion's football as they'll take over 1st and 10. 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Just inside Panther territory. Ball on the 47. That was Laverne Bell come up with that fumble. He dove on it, beat Marshall to it. And Cusack looking to throw, airs it out. Another one going to be almost intercepted. Jeremiah Lomax there again, safety.
There's a flag on the play, and this is going to be pass interference on the Panthers.
But there is a flag down.
I believe.
Right around where the pass was thrown.
And it looks like he was going for Crawford again. When in doubt, give it to Crawford. That's kind of that's what they're doing right now.
And that's exactly what it is, Travis, is pass interference on the Panthers. They got tangled up around the 10-yard line before the ball got there.
And Cusack, you got to watch your feet, but he's just really just throwing the ball up in the air and kind of seeing what happens. It's
almost like it's a 50-50 ball. Yeah, somebody go get it.
Yeah, he threw it as high as he did far. You know what I mean? He threw it 30 yards down the field. Just a moon shot straight up. Pitch out. Going to be slip and fall, and Luke Evans falls on him. I'm glad they didn't call a flag on him.
Yeah, I know it.
You'll see it sometimes.
Number 12, David Moore.
Number 12, David Moore.
Slips and
caught
falls
that. Slips and falls.
About 3 yards on the play.
And that's it for the third quarter. Panthers are up 30-6.
Our score
Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back for
Abbeville 30,
fourth
Marion
quarter
6.
action. Panther fans, get your forwards ready. Fourth quarter action coming at you. Cusack looking to throw under some fire. And he just slips and falls at the 39-yard line.
Takes a loss on the play as well, too. He'd have been better off, Travis, just to throw that thing out of bounds.
I think that's what his coach is trying to tell him. Just throw the ball away. Throw it at somebody's feet, as long as they're in there.
Slips and falls, losing 2 yards.
There's some Marion players getting chippy with each other. And the coaches are in each other's faces, and the players' faces. Telling them you got to make some plays here. You got to get open. You got to do something.
Third down and 16 to go for Marion.
Third and 16.
From the 38-yard line.
Don't get comfortable.
I know.
They've converted a 3rd and 14, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9. They're getting those long third down conversions and not the short ones.
That's right.
Ball on the 38-yard line. We got a timeout, Marion. And that'll be their second timeout of the second half. And we got 11-11 left in the game with Panthers up 24. So we're back, 3rd and 16 for the Swamp Foxes, and Crawford calls his own number, and he is not going to get there, and he flopped to try to get it. And there it is, the flag.
Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
He literally just threw his helmet back and acted like he got hit.
If that wasn't a flop, I don't know what was.
Cruz Temple went in with his hands kind of up in the air and bumped him with his chest. And oh my goodness, that's gonna be a free 15 yards, and I
think it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be third and 1.
Well, it'll be 4th down, I think, but it's gonna be
close. On the field is a dead ball personal foul against Abbeville.
Maybe an automatic first down if it's a dead ball foul.
It's
we'll
a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Marion.
I cannot believe Coach Nichols is not going ballistic on the officials on that one. That's one where you kind of want to watch some replay.
Yep.
Say, hey, that is not a good call.
Hey, when you start watching this game live, though, you can, on the WCTEL replay, you can back it up and see what we're talking about then.
Absolutely.
An automatic first down. It'll be 4th down and short for Marion.
So 4th and 1, and not an automatic first down apparently.
Nope.
Crawford in there at quarterback, and ball on the ground. Panthers get them. Ball on the ground, picked up. That's going to be Sincere Caesar, and as long as there's no flags, that one is going to be to the house. Panthers pick it up and score. Makes it 36-6. And checking for flags. I don't see any.
Sincere Caesar on the 72-yard.
Panthers need to be careful not to get too excessive with celebrating. They'll
second
call that one.
Defensive touchdown of the game.
I guess you kind of got to say a little bit of karma on that play right there. You flop over here to try and draw a penalty and get it, and then the very next play,
you put it on the turf.
You put it on the turf, and Panthers pick it up and go 72 yards to the house to put 6 more points on the board. So
4th turnover.
You reap what you sow, I guess.
I'm telling you, man. That's 3 fumble recoveries and an interception for the Panthers. And that one goes to the house.
That's right. And 2 fumble recoveries, 4 touchdowns tonight. So 2 scooping scores for the Panthers.
The extra point is
Addison Nichols pokes it through the uprights, and that makes the score 37-6 with 10 minutes 50 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Into the fourth quarter.
Nichols boots it away. He kicks it to Crawford this time. Crawford trying to reverse field, being chased, and going to be pushed out of bounds about the 25-yard line.
Crawford got 13 yards on that return.
Panthers special teams have done a pretty good job tonight. I know they had a few hiccups earlier in the season on a couple of games that I got to attend, but they've been pretty solid tonight. They filled in the gaps well, and they hadn't let a whole lot get by. I think the best return Marion's had has been up to the 40-yard line, and that was on the opening kickoff, actually.
Yep, that's exactly right. Crawford brought it out from about the 10-yard line, brought it out to the 40 early on. And you can see Crawford now, he's just, his shoulders down. Like he doesn't know. He's getting frustrated is what he's getting. And Kuzak runs it, and Crawford just stands there and kind of watches him. No, didn't try to block or anything.
Speaking of Crawford. By Ty Cade after a gain of 5 yards.
Ty Cade on the tackle, 5 yards.
Kuzak. 2nd and 5 for Marion from the 30-yard line.
Ty Cade's had 4 or 5 interceptions himself this year on the season, I think.
Sure has.
He's been pretty effective.
Still a young man, too. He's got some growing to do. Crawford on the screen.
Cusack's screen pass is complete to
And we got a flag on the field, and that one.
Number 85 to Marquise Jackson, and a flag down at the end of the play.
It's right where he went out of bounds, so I have a sneaky suspicion they're going to call another late hit or something.
Either late hit. This might be targeting here, a helmet to helmet, because it looks like a host of Panthers went down with him as they made the tackle. Personal foul against the Panthers.
All right.
Rolling on the field is a personal foul against the
That's
defense.
A 30-yard pickup for Marion.
Yeah.
That's about a 15-yard carry, 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty.
Puts them side in Panther territory, ball on the 40. Panthers up 37-6. Got a 10:04 left in the fourth quarter. Marion on the move. Kuzak in at quarterback. Fakes the screen. Steps up, and that's going to be J.J. Jackson. And he slings him down.
Cusack on the keeper. Brought down by number 85 to Marquise Jackson.
The senior defensive lineman. Able to get some penetration, sling him down, gains a yard.
2nd down and 9 for the Swamp Boxes from the 39-yard line.
And Marion just kind of cruising, they're not looking at too much of a hurry to try to do anything. Panthers up 31 at the 4-possession game.
I think Marion's just trying to get in the end zone and maybe put a few points on the board.
Ball on the ground again. That's going to be, I believe the Panthers got it.
Fumble on the play.
And that's number 6, Cruz Temple. Picks up the loose ball.
That's the 4th turnover or fifth turnover on the night.
Yeah. 4 fumbles and an interception.
That's right. 5th turnover on the night for Marion. And that, that's just mental mistakes right there. You cannot put the ball on the ground or have that many turnovers in any ball game. I don't care who you're playing.
I mean, it really, you could be playing the worst team in the state and have 5 turnovers and it'd be a close game.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And that's the second one in back-to-back possessions where they kind of had it rolling, and then all of a sudden just bam, put the ball on the ground. There's a fumble.
Panthers take over with 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in our ball game.
And Haddon gets up the field, and he throws a man out of bounds. Somebody got in his way. He said, move on over.
Tyrell Haddon just ran slam over the Marion player on the far side over there.
Runs out of bounds after a gain of 14 yards.
You could hear the oohs and ahs from the Abbeville faithful on the other side over there.
Down.
Speaking of the Abbeville fans, a nice turnout all the way down here in Columbia by the Abbeville fans. That's one thing you can say about Abbeville. They travel with their steam.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really kind of funny. You got like grandparents that come to every game. I know a couple. I'm not going to throw any names out there, but, I mean, I know some people who have been out of high school for 50 years, and they're every single game.
That's
whether
right.
It's up in Sherrall. We went to Sherrall one time, or if it's in Columbia at home, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees, 110 degrees. They're going to be
there. That's right. Not sure what happened on that play. Right before the snap, the Marion player on the field, it looks like he just fell down for no reason. He wasn't hit or anything. So I don't know if he got lightheaded and or maybe having a cramp or something, or
probably one of those things where the coach is just like, go down, But
may have been.
I'm not going to say it wasn't dessert. He could have been dizzy. He could have been cramping up, and just best thing to do is just to go down, let him come back.
It kind of looks like it's a cramp the way they're working on the back of his leg back there. So.
But we'll take an injury timeout. We got 8:57 left in the fourth quarter. Panthers up 37-6. We'll be right back. So coming off the field, and that's number 8, Jameek Nichols, who's
looked like he had a cramp.
Yeah, I believe that's what.
Especially the way he's walking and everything.
Haddon to the right side, getting some usage here. And he runs into him, knocks him out of bounds, and throws his hands up. Saying he didn't do a late hit. They'll call it, I promise you.
They will.
Gain of 4 yards on the play.
Kuzak coming off the field.
He
I guess he played a few plays on defense there.
42-yard line.
Kuzak, I knew he was young looking at him. I didn't realize he's in 9th grade.
Yeah.
5'11", 185 pounds. He kind of, you kind of look at him and you watch him play, you're like, man, he's probably pretty young just by the way he was moving and decisions that he was making and stuff. So, Marion should have a pretty good quarterback in years to come. And
Marshall on the handoff.
And Navi Marshall gets slammed down by T.J. Sanders.
And did the officials even throw a flag on that?
There is no flag anywhere on the field. And that was probably that's a good second and a half, 2 seconds after the whistle was blown. So probably just some frustration from Sanders. But still, you're going to a big time college. You need to control that anger a little bit. That makes it a 3rd and 3.
The Panther fans and the Panther bench just erupted over there when that play come to a close.
Haddon, some tough running, puts his hand on the ground, picks up an extra few.
I believe he's going to be just a wee bit shy of the first down there.
I say bring Addison out for a 54-yarder. 54 yards in this weather, man. That would be unbelievable. But he's going to be just short. It'll be 4th and we'll call it about a yard.
Coach Nick's going to go for it here. He's got nothing to lose.
Really?
If you don't make it, you give it to him. If you make it, you keep possession and keep on going.
Not terrible field position, really, to give it to him at. But the ball looked like it was a first down anyway on that to me from where it was. But that was a Martico Jackson just making sure that he got that extra couple inches.
On the handoff.
Clock ticks with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Panthers looking to win 5th state championship in the last 6 years.
3 yards
Unbelievable.
First down and 10 for Abbeville from the 34-yard line.
Panthers come up just a wee bit short last year in the upper state championship.
They lost to Saluda. They had beaten Saluda twice during the regular season. Comes back upper state. Everybody's like, we're just gonna run them over. And didn't happen. Saluda came out to play, but Tyrell Haddon with a huge run right there.
Tyrell Haddon.
They're going to get him down to.
Pushed out of bounds by number 1.
See where they're going to mark him at the 14-yard line. So 15-yard carry for Haddon.
Tyrell Haddon just turned the corner, and he's quicker than a hiccup out there. He turned on the Jets and down the sideline he went.
I'm telling you, he's real impressive in the fact that he'll take his yards. He doesn't want to take that big time contact at the end of the run unless he has to.
Yeah.
And when he has to, he's going to let you have it.
That's right.
And really is smart. It's not like he's scared. I promise you, I've been around Terrell enough to know that he ain't scared of anything.
That's right.
That if you get in his way, it's going to run you over. He's smart. He says, okay, I'm going to take this yard to get out of bounds. I'm going to lift for another play.
Yep.
But if I need an extra 2 yards, I'm going to take those extra 2 yards and run you right over.
I promise. Looks like we're having an issue with the chain gang over on the
previous play, which will tack on some.
Well, no, it's actually 1st and goal. That's okay. It took them a while to decide if it was going to be spotted where it was at or what. The officials kept talking Looked like about the spot of the ball there for a minute.
Cruz Temple coming in along with J.B. Burton. Jackson right side going to get pushed out of bounds. At the line of scrimmage.
Jackson on the handoff, knocked out of bounds by number 4, Laverne Bell.
I remember last year, Cruz Temple ran the ball a lot last year.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being on the other team. And, you're facing.
And you got another flag that just flew out there on the field. I'm not sure who this is going to be on. I promise you it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody.
Here the Panthers getting the chant going. That real Panthers chant.
Yep.
And Panthers backing up like it's on them. Unsportsmanlike conduct, the third one of the night, all three against the Panthers. Have a hard time believing they should all be against the Panthers.
And I promise you one thing, even though with the game in hand more or less, with 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go, Coach Nichols is going to let somebody know that. He's not happy.
It don't matter. 30 seconds left in the game, you up big, Coach Nick is going to be in your face.
I promise.
15-yard penalty.
So they're going to take it again. Second goal, ball on the 21-yard line. Don't hear that too often. See what the Panthers dial up. And we got single covers down here. Got one safety. If Harrison was able to get a little wiggle room, he could be gone to the house if they could, throw it up to him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's your man, Cruz Temple.
That's it.
Cruz
on the
handoff.
Gets up to the 12-yard line. Or excuse me, the 17-yard line. Got a 4-yard carry for Cruz.
Third down and goal to go for Abbeville from the 16-yard line.
And it's really starting to cool off now. Into the game. It's in the mid-30s now. Marion fans sticking around pretty good. I've seen a couple leave, but for the most part, they're all sticking around. And they're going to have to kick the Abbeville fans out of here, I promise you.
They're going to enjoy this one.
Oh, man. Missing last year. That would have been 5 in a row. Would have been a state record.
Yep.
Only team to ever do 5.
The quarterback keeper.
They missed it last year, came this year.
4, Laverne Bell.
Looking good to make it 5 out of 6, but Dutch Fork won again this year. That makes 5 in a row. They're now the record holders.
That's it.
But looks like another Marion player down. We'll take a quick timeout. We got 5:05 left in the fourth quarter. Panthers are up 37-6. So we got 5 minutes even. Buford looking to throw under some pressure. Flips it up. Amari Rollins catches it, and she's going to be tripped down. She falls down hard. Tyrell Haddon made the tackle, the touchdown tackle. Touchdown saving tackle.
53, Amari Rollins.
And Rollins looks to be shaken up, but she is tough. So
she is.
She's going to walk off of her own power, or she's going to punch somebody in the mouth. One of the two.
That's right.
30 yards.
But that was a hard tackle. I don't think she knew Tyrell was that close. She just hit hard.
First down and 10 for Marion from their own 36-yard line. With just under 5
ball on the
minutes to play in
36,
regulation.
kind of just a get. It was weird. Thomas Buford just kind of like he just tossed it up. I don't really know what he was trying to do there.
I don't know if he was just trying to throw it away or what.
Just kind of in her hands,
Oh, really? Okay. I haven't really. Oh, okay.
Under center, tosses it to Crawford. Crawford looking to the right side and gets pushed down. I believe he was in bounds, it looked to me, but they blow it dead.
Hit by number 15, Ty Cade.
Ty Cade on the tackle.
Ty Cade's been all over the field tonight.
Second down and 5 to go for Marion from their
5-yard carry for Crawford.
Marion with 1 timeout left in the game. 4:43 to go here in our ball game.
Yeah, I just haven't noticed it.
And big time tackle, Cruz Temple. in there, makes the big stick. Quashid Scott, the freshman on the carry, 5'10", 160.
He basically got hit by East Carolina that time.
He sure did. Oh, man. Cruz Temple kind of hit him and kind of did a little walkover just to let him know he was there.
That's right.
Down.
Man, what a set of pipes on that commentator, man. Holy cow. We're just over 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A little movement, no call. And handoff goes up the middle for about a 5-yard gain. And it looks like number 50 on the carry there. Jamarian Reed, the 9th grader, tight end, defensive lineman, 6'2", 180. And I didn't hear him declare eligible.
4 yards on the play.
But he doesn't have to. He's in the 50s. Okay. If you're between the numbers of 79 and 60, you have to declare eligible in order to touch the ball during the play. And I was thinking it was 50 for some reason. That is my fault. But anyway, it's good. Nobody moves and no flag again. I'm not really sure what's going on. But the ball's going to take a very good Marion roll to the 16-yard line. That's where the Panthers will take over.
It's down at the 16-yard line.
3:14 left in the fourth quarter.
First down and 10 from there. With just over 3 minutes to play in regulation.
And I imagine the Panthers just going to run.
Yeah, you're going to see the ball kept on the ground here these last few minutes of this ball game. I don't think you're going to see it being aired out anymore.
And you know, it's a little weird. As hard as it is, weird as it is to say, I feel like the energy wasn't like explosive like it usually is for a state championship. I guess it's 2 weeks off, and it's kind of like, man, it's finally here, but it's, it's so cold outside, man. That's brutal to play in that. And,
I don't know. This is good football weather. I like it.
Yeah, hey, some people love it. I'm sitting here freezing, but what you have there, Bobby, then. And they're going to call the flag now since J.B. Burton jumped. 3 flags on the field. Everybody was making sure they called that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start on the Panthers. That'll back them up. Be first and 15.
Start against the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down for
Ball's going to be spotted on the 11-yard line now.
First and 15 to go.
And we got some chattering going on between Dawson Hughes and T.J. Sanders. We'll see if that amounts to anything in just a minute. Tyrell Haddon runs away from Sanders, has some room, got some blocker, stays in bounds. And that was a hard tackle, and I hope Tyrell gets up, and he does. Tyrell, he's one of the toughest guys I know. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I've seen him get some hits. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know if he's going to get up from that one. He pops right up like nothing.
Haddon was about a step or two away from taking that one to the house there.
And we really haven't had a big-time rush from the Panthers yet. I mean, Tyrell had a 26-yarder earlier, Navi had a 34-yarder earlier, but neither of them were to the house.
That's right.
Panther first down.
It's kind of uncommon not to see a big-time run for a touchdown for the Panthers. Handoff, Harrison. Harrison right side. Kind of stumbles a little bit, but still jumps forward. Gain about 3 or 4 yards. Got a minute 40 left in the game.
Antonio Harrison on the carry. Joseph Washington on the tackle.
First time these two teams have ever played each other.
Yeah.
And 6.
That's kind of unusual.
It is.
I figured they would have, for some reason, played way back in the day or something. But looking at some of the records and stuff, this is the first meeting between these two schools.
You don't hear that a whole lot in Abbeville. I mean, in South Carolina, there's a lot of teams in South Carolina, but not enough to where if you're about the same size school that you've never played. So.
That's right.
So we got less than a minute left here in the game.
On the carry.
Panthers have to run. Looks to be about 2 more plays before the game is over.
3rd down and 8 for Abbeville from their own 30-yard line.
3rd and 8.
Spectators are reminded to stay in the stands at the conclusion of tonight's game.
This will be the last play of the game. The commentator just come on and said that the fans need to stay in the stands or leave. One of the two. And handoff goes to, let's see if we can't get a number.
Shinkavis Brown on the carry.
Shinkavis Brown will be the final play of the game for the Panthers. And the sideline is going crazy. 3, 2, 1, and that is it here for the state championship game. We appreciate you tuning in. Panthers are going to win this one 37-6. Abbeville state champions 5 out of the last 6 years. We appreciate you tuning in. And stay tuned. We might have some post-game interviews coming at you.
Carolina High School State.
There are 2 locations where you can customize any of the great variety of items that they have on sale and show off your championship experience all year long.
Please direct your attention to the field for the award presentation from the Class 2 State runners-up. On behalf of the South Carolina High School League,
I need one.
Benedict College celebrating our state championship. I am here with the athletic director, first year AD, Miss Maggie Jamison. Maggie, congratulations.
Thanks.
What a good way to come into a job as being AD and kick it off with a state championship.
Yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been definitely a learning curve with COVID, but it was awesome to end the year that way. So I'm excited for the boys.
Talk a little bit about this year. This has been a crazy year. We all know that, with being able to do stuff, not being able to do stuff. How has it affected not only your job, but just the kids in general?
Well, thankfully, I have an assistant AD, which is Doug Belcher, and he's helped out a lot. But just the moving games every week, you never know on Monday if we're actually playing on Friday. We might have to readjust. That's been fun, but it's definitely been a year to learn. We learn a lot.
Well, definitely a huge congratulations to you guys. I know you're special. You feel special about Abbeville High School. Talk a little bit about what another state championship to this school means.
Yeah, I think the boys were all a little bummed after last year, and they come in ready to fight, and it's exciting that I got to be a part of it. But, of course, more of that's Coach Nick than anything that I could have done. I just did the logistics to make sure we had a game on Friday.
Well, you did an outstanding job. I know everybody's proud of you, and you are wonderful to work with on top of that. And so I'm going to let you go celebrate with these kids and get home, because I know it's
cheerleaders on the bus.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations once again, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all be safe going home.
Talk about this year, what you guys went through.
Oh, yeah, this is good brotherhood. We came in this summer working hard each and every day. You know, we put each other before we put ourselves.
Awesome job, man.
Handshake on TV now.
Talk about this right here. 5 state championships in 6 years.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty special in a small town like Abbeville.
Yes, sir.
Hey, no, how was it? You missed, what, 3 games?
Yes, sir.
Talk about how coming back. I mean, did you look like you didn't miss a beat?
I just took therapy real serious. You know, I wasn't thinking about rushing back. I just wanted to come back 110% and play for the state championship game with my teammates.
How'd you feel tonight playing out there? Felt good? You look good out there.
Thank you.
You look good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, guys, go celebrate with your teammates, man. Congratulations. Here, I am with Coach Jamie Nichols. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Another 2A state championship. Coach, been a crazy 2 weeks, these last 2 weeks. Talk a little bit about how you got your kids ready after having basically a 2-week layoff.
Well, you know, just the anxiety. You were ready to play on Thursday, and then you get delayed. I can't say enough about how our kids recovered from that. Just so proud of their perseverance through this entire process, and it speaks a lot about the character. It speaks a lot about the parents. It just speaks a lot about Abbeville.
Coach, talk a little bit about your coaching staff. A couple different changes on staff. Gosh, man, looks like you guys never missed a beat.
Oh man, what a job by Coach BB. He did an outstanding job all year long. You know, with our defense, and Coach Ford, Coach Pelfrey, and then offensively, Coach Temple, Coach Smith, Coach Botts. You know, those 3 guys do an outstanding job. Coach Doug, he you know, it's just a family atmosphere. And then, you know, give our JV coaches, you know, they take just as much pride in Friday nights as they do Thursday night, you know, because they work the box for us and all that with Coach Collins, Coach Cox, and Coach Tanko's always right there on the sideline. Coach Paul, he's up top too. You know, we even have middle school coaches. Coach Hall comes over and helps us up top on Friday night as well.
Coach, talk a little bit about the rec program. That's where this comes from, your kids that you get to coach.
Community working together. We ought to write a book.
I'm telling you.
You know, we ought to write a recipe on how do you bring community together, you know, and I think it begins with loving each other, trusting in each other, and just you can do all things, man, when you know, giving God all the glory, man.
One more question, I'm going to let you go. Coach, 5th state championship in 6 years. How special is that in this small town?
It's special. But, you know, I loved coaching last year's team just as much as this year's team. You know, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But we're going to celebrate this one now. And I am officially on vacation.
Go celebrate. Go celebrate.
I love you, baby.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you very much. All right. 37-6 is our final score here. Panthers win another 2A state championship from Benedict College down here in Columbia, South Carolina. I am Bobby Hamby. We're about to wrap this thing up. We're going to get out of here. It's cold down here. Folks, tune in and enjoy the game when you get a chance to watch it. We appreciate everybody that has listened in and tuned in to us. Thank you. Good night. God bless, and go Panthers.
Nah, I need one.